Hi Aquarius, the Awakened Dreamer here to give you a tarot reading for your next 48 hours. Thank you so much for joining me. Do keep in mind this is general, so just take what resonates. But as well, do keep in mind this is meant to pertain to the following 48-hour period for you, starting around when you were guided or drawn to this reading, not just following when I post it. But we're going to keep it simple and pull an overall oracle or two, whatever we get from the Divine Animals Oracle deck. And then we will pull from the Tattoo Tarot deck. Time to shine is what's coming through. It's truly a time, a 2-day period, and even surrounding it, for you to specifically shine through what you produce, develop, work, conversations, bonding, okay? Don't be afraid to show off. As they just made my voice echo a bit, I do feel like you're pushed to remember or to continue recognizing that your voice needs to be emphasized, gotten out there. Horrible way of putting it, but it needs to be spoken, okay? You need to allow spirit to speak through you at times. Not that you may feel as if you have a choice, but it's as if your voice and spirit's voice needs to get out there. You may find that you're a vessel of some sort, okay? Or to an extent. For Aquarius, we have two coming out. The Watcher, Snow Leopard, and Change, Chameleon. You're feeling quite strong, okay? Bold in the next 2 days. The moments when you're overly serious, you'll find that people are noticing you. The moments when you're laughing, enjoying oneself, smiling, cheering people up, being a leader, people are noticing you. Regardless of your mood, you're a leader, okay? I do feel like the underlying focus of the next 2 days is the truth. I feel like you may want to or feel inclined to express the truth that spirit informs you of, or that's just that you intuitively know. It may feel as if you just are the leader of the pack, okay? Let's move right along, okay? Not enough time to dilly-dally. That's also the vibe in the next 2 days. I feel like you have a packed schedule. I do sense that change with this chameleon card is on the horizon, but is on your mind and sort of floating in the air in the next 2 days. You're going to find that people are seeing you as somebody who can just change colors, adapt. Thinking about the effect of different colored clothing, I feel the need to say. With the number 33 being present, I truly feel like threes are quite key for you as far as the message goes, or the messages, spirituality, success. They're saying strength. I truly feel like you need to take a deep breath because you're doing a lot of ranting, a lot of storytelling, and I feel like there's still healing left to do, however that pertains to you. Your mind could feel like a bit of a whirlwind, excuse me, as spirit does speak through you and confuse you a little bit all the meanwhile, and potentially other people. As much as you're feeling watched and noticed and you are vibing in the next 48 hours, you're being put in the spot where you need to be the watcher. You may find that you're watching an online platform quite contently is how it's coming through, waiting for it to grow more, or checking in to see how much has grown since the last time you checked it. You may find that you are watching others, observing and listening, as I'm drawn to touch my ear, to see what page they're on, to see how they're doing, or just to see who's actually on your side. Even though I feel like if you look within, you already have a good sense of just that, okay? Very interesting so far. Okay, what you hear will enlighten is what I'm getting. Let's pull some tarot. I'm going to keep those right in the center. I mean, just look at the vibe of this card. Your eye contact is going to be so damn powerful that people just can't ignore it. Okay, there's something they learn about you and or about themselves when you make eye contact with them. I truly sense that there is a snake, if not multiple, in your midst. Okay, you know who that is for you already, if you know, being drawn to this reading. It's not going to be a new discovery. I feel like you already sense this. For Aquarius to continue for the next 48 hours. Silence is also beautiful. Don't forget that. Okay. Silence is key. It's an answer. It's a response or a lack thereof, which in and of itself. and that may come in handy when it comes to somebody who does not have your back. The 10 of Swords and the Ace of Swords, and with the Change card being in the center of the reading, and then these two cards coming out, we're noticing in the next 2 days that your mindset is truly based around or consistently coming back to an ending and a new beginning that you desire or feel is quite necessary, or both. And is inevitably going to happen at a certain point. I feel like the majority of what's drawn to this reading know when that's meant to happen. It's as if you should have a halo above your freaking head for all that you do for others, for all the help and how much your truth, or even speaking the truth of spirit, helps others. I hope that came out right. Don't be surprised when you go on such a rant, potentially being spoken through once again in the next 48 hours, and then you just are like, what did I, excuse me, horrible wording. You take a moment and you ask yourself or somebody else, what did I just say? Okay. Or you may finish a rant and it may not be finished with a bow, is how I'm getting it. It may not be wrapped up perfectly because you just forgot or got lost in the midst of that rant. Again, I feel like you're speaking a lot. This is happening, okay? Put your crown on and keep it on. There's a focus on your brain on how it works. You may even be thinking about others less likely, and how their brain works, okay? I'm not getting head in the clouds, but quite focused on what you need to accomplish all the meanwhile. Don't be surprised when you feel like you're somewhat floating through the next 2 days. Naturally, we're taking this from the bottom of the deck, being watched as you observe others, okay? If you're on social media, once again, I feel like that's thriving, and I feel like people are just feeling guided by their spiritual guides to watch your content or to see what you're throwing out there into the universe. I feel as if their intuitive guidance is pushing them in that direction either way. Okay, a face for you, a face for you. That will come through differently for everybody. With the Judgment card as well at the bottom, I feel like, again, honesty. You're being noticed for how easily it comes to be for you to be honest, all right? How easily you're able to express oneself and the truth within a situation. You will say a truth about somebody or about a situation that someone or multiple people didn't actually get, and you were meant to help them realize just that, okay? Things are spreading out quite nicely in this reading, and I really feel like people get why you're moving on to the top of the ladder, okay? Why you are motivated. I feel like people get why you're rising to the top as well. Upward movement. Healing, okay? With the 3 of Swords in reverse, you can see those swords coming out of the heart. I truly feel like you've been through a lot and it's time for you to heal. And I feel like in the midst of a lot of change, you're healing. But we're putting this one here for whatever reason. Actually below, I truly feel like people are noticing you as somebody who is honest about what they're going through to an extent, but isn't afraid to admit that they've been through a lot so they need to heal, okay? Or that they're still going through a lot till this day or till these 2 days. Again, I feel like in the midst of healing, passionate, fresh starts are taking place, a lot of small ones leading up to a big one, okay? Representing that Ace of Swords. Or rather, what that Ace of Swords represents. Anyways, the Tower and the 2 of Pentacles coming out, and the Ace of Pentacles at the bottom. I feel like you are focused on your money. You're shining through making money. You are learning more about a business, the future of it, and even learning more about potentially a company that and how it's meant to progress. I feel like it's not going to be satisfying, but I do feel as if when people rub you the wrong way, it teaches you something about what you truly desire in the future, or it reminds you of just that. But I do feel like you're going through a balancing act and doing it quite nicely in a very elegant way. There's a focus on being limber, on being flexible, on muscular figures, okay? I feel like you're very, sexually attracted to somebody at work is what's coming through. It's what I just heard. You're blossoming and people are noticing that. People are in awe, okay? There is an ending to a lack of confidence for a select few drawn to this reading. But I feel like in the midst of going through this balancing act, you can't help but think about and expect this Tower moment. It's one that you maybe even manifested, okay? Inevitable is coming through. I feel like fire as well is on your mind. Interesting. Legit fire. Let's put these down here. You balance with ease is what I just heard. You balance with ease, even when things are being shaken up a bit, okay? Let's keep shuffling. They're showing me the Ace of Pentacles again in my mind's eye. In my vision, I feel as if people are gifting you money, you're gaining money. Your savings is going up nicely, but given you have the opportunity to pay off a bill for less or a debt for less than it actually is, take it, okay? You will still be able to invest in what you need to. You'll still have plenty. We also have the Five of Cups at the bottom. I feel like in a living situation, it could be work, maybe both. Even with certain connections, I feel like you expect the worst, but be careful because tread carefully is what's coming through, because I feel as if you're easily manifesting at this time. 1101, look up that angel number, 1101. Aquarius, how are you doing? I feel like people want to know how you're doing, maybe just as an excuse to come chit chat with you, or they just feel your value needs to be exaggerated, okay, or just reminded to you. I'm hearing, I know my value, I know my worth, thank you. A bit of a sassy vibe about you at certain points. People just like you, okay, plain and simple. People like you. There's a need to recognize your wishes are our command, okay, period. There's a need to remember that you need to keep the hope alive, all right? And I feel like you might even be convincing others to keep the hope alive. It's the next 2 days that remind you that birth of new situations is on the horizon. One big one in particular leads to other small ones. You're going to find that your feisty behavior is a true source of entertainment for others, and then it rubs one person the wrong way. They're not your type of energy, okay? And it's not as if you're completely feisty 24/7 in the next 48 hours. It's really deriving from the part of you that's quite passionate and just looking to keep a healthy vibe alive in a situation to help people stay sassy themselves, okay, and to be happy while they're working or just in general. Could be in a friend group or a living situation, but I feel as if there is part of you that's a little bit defensive, okay? And I do feel like it's properly placed. It may be with just 1 or 2 specific energies. And they're saying for some, it's that individual who's not your type of energy, okay? Any wrongdoing will be righted in the next couple weeks. Trust that. It's the work of spirit. It's the work of the truth needing to be exposed. People needing to right their wrongs. Okay, nobody's going to win over an Aquarius and get away with it. Interesting. So I feel like someone's doing something shady behind your back, and you might already sense, have an inner knowing about it. A very spiritually connected next 48 hours for you, as I feel like you're coming off quite mysterious. Again, they're reminding you, keep the hope alive as you make your way towards an ideal situation for you. And I feel like your saving of money plays into it. It's helping you get there. I feel as if you need to recognize that your future is quite bright, all right? Regardless of the conflict or stress or anxiety that surrounds you at this time. Aquarius, you have a bright future once again, and you're manifesting like crazy. So keep the hope alive as you have 2 10 of Cups in your reading. Wow, what a powerful next 2 days for you. So I hope this was truly helpful. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe if you haven't done so already. Go have yourself an amazing next 48 hours, and I will definitely see you next time. Bye, Aquarius.